Errol the Truth, Big Fish Spence Jr. He reveals some work. Errol Spence is back to work.
I need y'all to get the likes up, man. Get the likes up. Smash the like button. We have 350 people and 90 fucking 5 likes.
Errol Spence was seen training, and right, and when we've been seeing Errol the Truth, Big Fish Spence Jr. more recently, Errol Spence appears to be in good shape. Over the years, Errol Spence, when he was more active, when he was a champion, had spots of, well, we've seen Errol Spence out of shape. He gained a lot of weight, stuff like that. But ever since the fight with Crawford, we've been seeing Errol Spence, when we do see him, he's always in shape. He's always looking lean and mean, right? But what does this mean? Is Errol Spence coming back? Now, he's training in Duncanville and everything. I'm not quite sure where that is or anything. Leave it in the chat if you know where this is at. Duncanville Boxing Gym or something like that. He's training there right now. I'm not sure if this guy is his coach or his friend or one of the guys in gym. I'm not sure what this is. But Errol Spence Jr. looks to be in shape, right? He looks to be in shape. It was just a small clip, but is Errol Spence returning to the ring soon? Because Keith Thurman came back twice now. And, no. But Keith Thurman is going to be coming back for the second time now in a long time, in a year. Wow, yeah. And Errol Spence, we still waiting on Errol Spence to make his return since his fight with Terrence Bud Crawford on July 29th of 2023. We still waiting for Errol Spence Jr.'s return. Now, last time he told the fans, he said, well, I'll come back when I'm ready. Maybe he's not ready yet, but I think the clock is ticking. And then when you see guys like Keith Thurman kind of steal your fight, right? You said you don't wait in lines. Well, Keith Thurman apparently ain't waiting in no lines either, because he took that Fundora fight right up under you, dog. Standing on top of chairs, getting ready to go, right? Keith Thurman's trying to put on the show. But where's Errol the Truth, Big Fish Spence Jr. at, bro? Right? We see him in the gym. We see him working. We need to see him in action, though. We seen your boy, your former friend, stablemate. I'm not sure if this is just a staged game, but Jamel Charlo called out the Big Fish. Said that, there's no friends in this industry. Errol Spence didn't necessarily react to it. Last time we see Errol Spence react to anything, I guess you could say boxing related, was with him laughing at the fact that Keith Thurman pulled out of the Virgil Ortiz negotiations. But guess what? Keith Thurman is getting a world title opportunity against Sebastian Fundora. Keith Thurman ain't waiting in no lines. So one would imagine Errol Spence Jr.'s next move, right? I'm not quite sure who his trainer's going to be. I'm not quite sure any of that. But one would imagine his next move, since he don't like to do tune-ups. Now, I'll give him a pass if he wanted to take a tune-up, me personally. But Errol Spence Jr. gangster, and he don't do tune-ups. So my expectations is for Errol the Truth, Big Fish Spence Jr. to hop right in the fight with the Sebastian Fundora, Keith Thurman winner. Yeah, that's right. I think Errol Spence Jr., if anything, should be really rooting for Keith Thurman to win that fight so he can hop right in there and leapfrog everybody and get back in position. Because it's unfinished business, right? That's unfinished business with Keith Thurman. That's the storyline right there. Build up off that. Keith Thurman, I'm coming for those belts. Hopefully Keith Thurman don't continue to play games if he gets past Fundora. That's a big, big if, by the way. But if he does, hopefully Keith Thurman don't play games and he welcomes Errol Spence Jr. and they let this little personal beef that happened years ago between both dudes when they was on, put that behind him and make a fight, make a lot of good money, put on a good show for the fans. For me, that's the best case scenario for Errol the Truth Spence Jr. and Keith One-Time Thurman. That way they can fight each other. They ain't got to fight all these younger other guys in the division. They kind of fight each other and play around. They get up out of the box and make a lot of money. Because these guys are in the fourth quarter. Right? The Spences, the Crawfords, the Thurmans, the Canelos. A lot of these guys that we've been watching for the past 10 years, they in the fourth quarter of their career. But that goes for Errol the Truth, Big Fish Spence Jr. But it seemed like he sat out most of the third quarter and they was in the back in the locker room. So hopefully he comes out in the fourth quarter, at some point in the fourth quarter, and makes something happen. Because we see him in the gym, he look like he's putting in action, right? He's looking like he's in shape too, for what it's worth, right? We got to give credit when it's due, because for years we criticized Errol Spence for him being out of shape and getting fat outside of the ring. But now we got to give him credit for him actually being in shape outside of the ring now, right? We can't just be doing one thing and then, no, we got to acknowledge, hey, he's looking good. He's looking like he's in shape. And he's looking like he's damn near ready to go. He's looking like he needs to put on a show. Right? So I'm looking to see what Errol Spence do. I don't think he's just training for nothing. I think he would be training for something. Maybe he should take a little softer touch fight at 54 just to see where things is at. Just see if his timing is there. Stuff like that. See if he's still letting them hands go. And wait for the Keith Thurman, Sebastian Fundora winner. But yeah, man, Errol the Truth, Big Fish Spence Jr. Is he back? Tell me what you guys think. Like, subscribe, hot your boy. Peace out.